If you're watching this video right now, it means you're tired of struggling financially. It means that voice inside you is saying there has to be a better way. Maybe you're tired of checking your bank account and feeling anxiety. Maybe you're tired of saying no to opportunities because of money. Maybe you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck while watching others build wealth effortlessly. And you know what? This is perfect. Because the greatest wealth transformations begin in moments of financial frustration. Do you know what the difference is between people who stay poor and people who become wealthy? It's not intelligence. It's not luck. It's not even starting capital. The only difference is this. Rich people follow 5 specific principles that poor people either don't know or refuse to follow. I discovered these 5 principles the hard way, by losing everything, studying millionaires, and rebuilding my wealth from zero. Today, I'm going to share the exact 5 things you must do if you want to become wealthy. Not tomorrow, not someday, starting right now. But I must warn you, these principles will challenge everything you believe about money. They will make you uncomfortable. They will force you to change. But if you're ready to transform your financial life forever, then these 5 principles will change everything. The first principle hit me like a lightning bolt when I was broke, sitting in my car, eating a dollar menu burger while listening to a podcast about Warren Buffett. The host said something that changed my life. Rich people create value. Poor people consume value. I realized I was spending every dollar I earned on consuming Netflix, restaurants, gadgets, entertainment. Meanwhile, wealthy people were spending their money on creating businesses, investments, skills, assets. I was paying others to entertain me while they were building wealth. Rich people create value, poor people consume value. Here's how this works. The creation mindset. Instead of asking, "What can I buy?" ask, "What can I build?" Instead of, "How can I get entertainment?" ask, "How can I create something valuable?" Instead of, "What's the latest thing to purchase?" ask, "What problem can I solve for money?" The value equation. Your income is directly proportional to the value you create. If you create $10 worth of value, you earn $10. If you create $10,000 worth of value, you earn $10,000. If you create $1 million worth of value, you earn $1 million. I started asking myself, how can I create value today? Instead of watching TV, I learned marketable skills. Instead of buying courses, I created courses. Instead of consuming content, I created content. Within 2 years, my income multiplied by 10. The shift strategy. For every dollar you currently spend on consumption, redirect 50 cents toward creation. Buy books instead of entertainment. Invest in tools instead of toys. Build skills instead of collecting possessions. Rich people create value. Poor people consume value. This single shift will transform your entire financial trajectory. I'll never forget the day my mentor showed me his monthly bank statement. He earned more in passive income in 1 month than I earned working all year. But here's the shocking part. He wasn't working harder than me. His money was working harder than both of us combined. Rich people buy assets. Poor people buy liabilities. This is the foundation of all wealth. The asset. Versus liability. Test. An asset puts money in your pocket every month. A liability takes money out of your pocket every month. Your house, liability. It costs you mortgage, taxes, maintenance. Rental property, asset. It pays you rent. Your car, liability. It costs insurance, gas, depreciation. A business, asset. It generates profit. The compound wealth formula. Poor people work for money, then spend it. Rich people work for money, then make that money work for them. Every dollar you invest in assets creates more dollars, which create more dollars infinitely. I started with $500. Instead of buying a new phone, I bought my first stock. That $500 became $600, then $800, then $1,200. Meanwhile, that phone would have become worth $200. The difference? Assets appreciate, liabilities depreciate. The asset accumulation strategy. Start with any amount, even $50. Buy your first asset. Reinvest the profits into more assets. Never spend the principal. Let compounding do the heavy lifting. After 5 years, you'll have a money-generating machine. The wealthy don't just save money, they multiply money. Every dollar becomes two. Every two becomes four. Every four becomes eight. This is how millionaires think. Rich people buy assets. Poor people buy liabilities. Start building your asset army today. I used to set financial goals. I want to make $100,000 this year. But I'd work randomly, inconsistently, hoping somehow I'd hit the target. I failed every time. Then I learned the secret. Rich people build systems. Poor people chase outcomes. The system revelation. Goals tell you where you want to go. Systems get you there. A goal is, I want to be wealthy. A system is, I will create and sell one valuable thing every month. Goals are destinations. Systems are vehicles. Rich people build systems. Poor people chase outcomes. Here's the difference. The wealth system. Components. Income system. How you generate money consistently. Investment system. How you multiply money automatically. Expense system. How you control money intelligently. Learning system. How you improve money skills continuously. I built my income system. Create one piece of valuable content daily. I built my investment system. Invest 30% of income automatically. I built my expense system. Track every dollar. Eliminate waste. I built my learning system. Read one finance book monthly. The automation advantage. Poor people rely on motivation and willpower. Rich people rely on systems and automation. Motivation is temporary. Systems are permanent. Willpower fails. Automation succeeds. The system design process. Identify your wealth goal. Break it down into daily actions. Automate those actions. Measure and optimize. Repeat and scale. Systems create consistency. Consistency creates wealth. Rich people build systems. Poor people chase outcomes. Design your wealth system today. The hardest lesson I learned came when I was $50,000 in debt. I wanted everything immediately. The latest phone, dinners out, weekend trips. Meanwhile, my wealthy friend drove a 10-year-old car and lived in a modest apartment. I thought he was crazy. Then I saw his investment portfolio. $2 million at age 35. Rich people sacrifice today for tomorrow. Poor people sacrifice tomorrow for today. The marshmallow principle. Stanford's famous marshmallow experiment proved that children who could delay gratification achieved more success in every area of life. The same applies to money. Those who can delay financial gratification build wealth. Those who can't stay broke. The sacrifice versus reward equation. Every dollar you spend today is roughly $10 you won't have in 20 years with compound interest. That $5 coffee costs you $50 in future wealth. That $30,000 car costs you $300,000 in future wealth. I started asking myself, is this purchase moving me toward wealth or away from it? Most purchases moved me away, so I stopped. I drove my old car 2 more years and invested the car payment. That investment is now worth more than the car ever would have been. The delayed gratification strategy. Before any non-essential purchase, wait 48 hours. Ask, will this make me money or cost me money? Calculate the compound cost over 20 years. Most times you'll choose to invest instead. The compound sacrifice. Effect. Small sacrifices today create massive abundance tomorrow. Skip the expensive dinner. Invest the difference. Skip the luxury vacation. Invest the difference. Skip the designer clothes. Invest the difference. Rich people sacrifice today for tomorrow. Poor people sacrifice tomorrow for today. Choose your hard, the hard of discipline or the hard of poverty. The turning point in my wealth journey happened at a coffee shop. I was complaining about money problems to my friend when I overheard the conversation at the next table. 2 people were discussing investment strategies, business opportunities, and wealth building. I realized I'd never had that conversation in my life. All my friends talked about was spending money, never making it. Your network determines your net worth. This isn't just a saying, it's mathematical reality. The environment effect. You become who you surround yourself with. If your friends are broke, you'll stay broke. If your friends are wealthy, you'll become wealthy. If your conversations are about spending, you'll be a spender. If your conversations are about investing, you'll become an investor. I made a hard decision. I distanced myself from friends who constantly talked about what they couldn't afford and started seeking friends who talked about what they were building. This was painful but necessary. The wealthy mindset. Infiltration. Wealthy people think differently about money. They see opportunities where others see problems. They see investments where others see expenses. They see assets where others see luxuries. When you surround yourself with this thinking, it becomes your thinking. The network building strategy. Join investment clubs. Attend business networking events. Read books wealthy people read. Listen to podcasts wealthy people listen to. Follow wealthy people on social media. Gradually, their mindset becomes your mindset. The mastermind principle. Napoleon Hill discovered that every wealthy person belonged to a mastermind group, people who think about money and wealth regularly. Find your mastermind. If one doesn't exist, create one. The conversation shift. Poor people talk about people and problems. Rich people talk about ideas and opportunities. Change your conversations. Change your wealth. Start talking about investments, businesses, and wealth building. Your network determines your net worth. The people around you are either lifting you toward wealth or pulling you toward poverty. Choose carefully. These 5 principles took me from broke to wealthy, but they only work if you work them. The question isn't whether these principles create wealth. Millionaires prove they do every day. The question is, will you implement them? Remember, rich people create value. Poor people consume value. Rich people buy assets. Poor people buy liabilities. Rich people build systems. Poor people chase outcomes. Rich people sacrifice today for tomorrow. Poor people sacrifice tomorrow for today. Your network determines your net worth. You now have the formula. Your wealth transformation starts with your next financial decision. Make it count. Stand up right now. Say out loud, I will become wealthy. I will follow these principles. I will transform my financial life. Did you say it? Did you feel that power? That power will take you to financial freedom. That power will build your wealth. You're not just a person struggling with money. You're a future millionaire. You're a wealth builder in progress. And now it's time to prove it. Now go and build that wealth.